It is the first Monday in February. I'm Rita Ernst. Welcome to Monday Minute. I'm the author of Culture Impact and Show Up Positive, and we are digging in to this little mini book, which you can get your free copy of if you want to follow along. And I highly encourage you to do so. We're going to talk about Allied today as our Show Up Positive spark. So we are working on how we can build an amazing culture, how we can repair our cultures, and how we can create and sustain a culture that really attracts the best and the brightest talent as co-creators of a workplace where they want to be. Because you know what? It is not your job to fix it for somebody else. But if you come together in community, you can create amazing spaces together. And that's what we're working on. And so it was not, I'm just following alphabetical order. It just happens to be the first Monday in February, which is Black History Month, when we are at the word allied. And we often think about the word ally and allyship when we talk about our role in diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, and really understanding our position of support to people who do not have the same equitable positioning that we have, whatever our differences might be they gender, race, etc. So it's wonderful that this is the word. I feel like it's kind of a bit of kismet that it came up. But let's talk about what it means to build allyship into your culture and to show up allied with others. So allied, joined or pledged. So I just want to read, and I'm gonna like totally go for it here with my reading glasses. I'm just gonna make life easier and admit that I need to have reading glasses at this stage. So here's what I say in the book, and I don't think I can say it any better, so I'm just gonna read it to you. There is peace of mind in knowing someone has your back. Allies pledge to show up and help one another. Don't you want to be in a workplace where people are pledged to show up and help one another? You know, when I go into client organizations and I'm doing the assessment at the early part of my consulting process, this is what I hear from people. What they loved about the culture before this moment that I walked through the door is that prior to this time, they were very much pledged and committed and driven to give help and support to one another. They share a common purpose and mutual respect. Knowing you can count on each other is priceless, and it is priceless. And trust me, when it disappears from your workplace, you understand how priceless it is. These bonds also prevent self preservation from undermining cooperation during challenging events. So, why does it matter? Why does it matter to have allied as an anchor in your culture? This is it right here. Prevent self-preservation from undermining cooperation in challenging times. You know, it is part of our psychology to self-preserve. So we are asking ourselves to rise above our most basic level and actually make others and the whole and community more important than ourselves. This is something that you just don't make happen. You have to work and practice. There has to be this level of community and trust and allyship to allow that to happen. Feeling friendless and isolated triggers your instinct to prioritize me over we. So this is what happens in challenging times, right? We get anxious, and me, that heartbeat, that drumbeat for self-preservation of me takes over we, unless we've been cultivating this series of experiences where I know I'm not just dependent on me because the we around me has my back. This is being allied, right? And this is why this is part of the strategy that you see in place in governments. The whole NATO alliance, for example, is the OPEC alliance for oil. All of these are the strategy of the strength of togetherness. We're building the strength of togetherness. That is being allied. Forming an alliance does not require you to surrender your autonomy or independence. So this isn't about subjugating yourself. And this is often a misconception that people have, is that I have to subjugate. No. We are trying to come together in equity. That's what we're trying to build. It does rely on your willingness to do these 4 things. Maintain awareness of others' needs. Take supportive action. Work for the good of the whole. Communicate frequently. What do you think? I feel like those are 4 things I can do, and I know there are 4 things you can do. Let's hear them one more time. Maintain awareness of others' needs. Well, if we're in community and I'm touching base with you and we're in conversation regularly, I can make sure that I'm staying aware of your needs. 2, take supportive action. Just offering, reaching out that hand and offering help and support to somebody. That's supportive action. Giving a kind word when somebody is down. That is supportive action. Defending somebody when they are being maligned by somebody else. That is supportive action. Work for the good of the whole. This one challenges us many times, but really understanding the we and what matters and how that aligns with your personal values makes this so much easier. So when you know that the meaning of what you're going after collectively is something that you personally value, then it is much easier to stay committed to working for the whole and not feeling like, oh, there's a tension here. There's competing commitment between what's good for me and what's good for us. We don't want that competing commitment. We want to get to the place. And that's why it's so important that we are talking about the meaningfulness of what we're creating and keeping people attached to that. And finally, communicate frequently. Communication is so key to maintaining community and building relationships. What's the payoff? Oh, listen to this list. Camaraderie, bolstered knowledge, enhanced capabilities, broadened strengths, faster response times, and easier recovery from mistakes. These are game changers, especially if your business is in a place of struggle. The camaraderie, knowing that we'll pull together, bolstered knowledge. I'm learning from others around me. They're sharing their knowledge with me. This is what good high performance teams do. Enhanced capabilities because we are building skill sets together and broadening our strengths. So it's not just the strengths we came to the table with, but they are expanding. That's allowing us to have faster response time because we have more strength and capability to tap into. And therefore, when we do make mistakes, it's easier for us to recover. All of this is at your fingertips when you make being allied one of the key things that you bring to the table. So I hope I've convinced you that being allied in your team is something that is really of meaning and value. And we're going to continue this process of 2 weeks. Now, I know I missed you last week. I was traveling. We will do 2 consecutive weeks talking about this. So I'm just going to give you the mindset questions that I want you to work on this week. And so here we go. We have our card, and you can purchase the program that has the card deck. And this is our card on Allied. And here are the questions you're going to ask yourself. With whom am I aligned? Where are your allegiances? Where is your alignment? With whom am I aligned? And many times inside of organizations, this gets to that issue of, am I aligned with my boss? Am I aligned with my teammates? If there's us-them conversations going on, am I aligned with this in-group or am I aligned with this out-group? If there's tension within the team, am I aligned with my department or am I aligned to the project that is cross-department? Where do my allegiances lay? So this is what you are thinking about. What does alignment make possible? When have I failed to be a good ally? You know, there are all times when we know we should have had somebody's back and we didn't because of a myriad of different reasons. Usually it is that self-preservation, it is fear, it is just being kind of caught suddenly and kind of blurting something out we didn't intend to. So really thinking about that, not to punish ourselves. We're not looking to punish ourselves. We're looking to learn from those experiences. So when have I not been a good ally? What was happening? Why was that happening? What could I have done differently? Because when you can begin to reimagine yourself showing up differently in that moment, you are creating the ideas and the pathways you can draw on down the road. If you never do that mental exercise, then when you hit that position again, you're going to default to that same behavior you don't want to continue. Let's see. Next, what are the benefits of being allied with others? What are the benefits? What do I get? What do they get? Why is this benefit mutually beneficial for us to do? And finally, what puts our alliance at risk? Really anticipating, understanding where those challenges may come from. When you can give focus to thinking about those things, then you can again prepare yourself when those challenges come to make sure that you are steadfast in being the ally you intend to be. So there's so much benefit, right? So much benefit to being a good ally. And I hope that you will spend this week exploring and thinking about those questions, reminding yourself, play this again, or don't. Just get the book. There are links to download a free copy of this book. That's not going to put you on some crazy sell list where you're going to get 1,000 emails from me. I don't do that because I don't like that. I don't like when I just blocked somebody today that keeps selling to me. And it's like, okay, the first 3 times I didn't respond, I would hope you would know, but if you're going to keep coming to my inbox, I'm just going to block you. So I don't want to be that person. I don't want to do that to you. So I won't. You can, free and clear, get this book and follow along. It's a very slim edition, but it's something that you're going to have these with you and not only do this practice with me here, but you can take it to others inside of your organization and have allies inside of the organization to create this culture that we are talking about. All right. I'm Rita Ernst. It's the first Monday in February. We are working this week and next week on being allied. Come back next week. I'm going to give you tips on how to show up inside of your team and show up as an ally more clearly and consistently and intentionally. So that will be next Monday's episode. Thanks for being here at the Monday Minute, and I will see you again soon. Bye.